Hello everybody, my name is Khaled Siddiqui, and in this video I'm going to review and show you how to use the new DJI Mic 2. DJI Mic 2. So this is brand new, out of the box, so I'm gonna have to most likely I'm gonna have to let it sit in charge for a while, because when they come brand new they don't have charge. So first I'm gonna show you the unboxing, what is included, what's not, and then we go from there. Alright, let's get started. Now this microphone is a wireless microphone that has two mic sets in one receiver, just so you know what we're talking about here. So the mic comes in a nicely packed, nice and neatly box, and let's see what's included. And it costs, by the way, like $350 in 2024. That's February of 2024. Now I don't know if the price will go up or down. Sometimes with these things the price could go either way. If there's a shortage, the price is gonna go up. If there's abundance of something, the prices will go down. Okay, so the wrapping is gone, and let's see how it slides out from the box. It slides out from the top. Nice case, impressive little case. What else we have? Nothing else but the manual, the humidity absorbent package, and a couple of DJI stickers and whatnot. And right here we have another quick reference in English and in Chinese. Let's open this. And here we have the case, and this is the charging port for the case. We have to remove this little sticker. Alright, so let's put this right here for now. And there we have the two microphones. And the battery on the case is 2, it's not 4, so I have to charge it first. And by the way, the battery, this shows all the batteries, how much charge is left in each one. So this is the charge level for this is the charge level for this guy, and this is the charge level for this guy. So all three charge levels are listed here. Let me zoom into that so you can see better. There you go. Okay, so now the case has sufficiently charged, and also the microphones and receiver is also charged. And now let's get started and see how we use this. So first of all, when you open the case, which you will see the lights. I only have 2 lights, but that's okay. That's all I need. 2 lights shows halfway charged. That's all I need for now. And all of these are fully charged, as you can see. And this 15.0 hour is the number of hours available on the internal storage for recording on the right microphone, and that's the amount of storage on the left microphone. And one of the good things about this is that not only that these 2 microphones will transmit wirelessly transmit the signal for the receiver, it will also record internally as a backup. So you could, just in case the radio connection is interrupted, or if the receiver wasn't plugged in correctly to your camera, then you have a backup that you can rely on, which can record internally. Each mic can record internally. The recording of each mic internal recording is optional. It doesn't do it by default, so you have to be careful. Don't think that as soon as you turn it on, it's going to record internally and transmit here. You have to make it record internally. Okay, now let's discuss about everything, every component. This is the receiver unit. It's very small. It has a cold horseshoe mount, and the shoe mount, cold shoe mount means it doesn't have connections here. So you can plug, it's perfectly square. You can slide it in this way or this way, any way you like, which is more convenient for you into your camera. And then this wire right here is where you plug in to your camera. Basically, it comes with this cable. By the way, I forgot to show you. 1 second. It comes with this cable, which plugs into your camera, and these are little wind blockers, 2 wind blockers. These are the wind blockers, fluffy, furry, whatever you want to call it. There are 2 of them. For each mic there's 1. So those are the things I forgot to mention. And these wind blockers will plug in to here where you're supposed to put an external mic if you want to. So they plug in right here, and there you go, voila. Now you have a wind blocker, and it's blocking the wind. Yeah. So I'll set this aside for now so I could show you all the features. So basically we were talking about this. So what you do is you plug this in here and you plug this to your camera. Now let me show you on a camera exactly where it goes to. Okay, so this is a camera, a very well-known camera, famous camera. It's the good old Canon Vixia HF G60, and this camera has a microphone input right here. Right here is your microphone input right there. That's your microphone input. So this basically goes here, goes right there, and this receiver mounts right here, depending how it's more you know, which way is convenient for you. You could mount it this way, or you could mount it this way. Let me actually mount it this way so I can see the display from the front, like this. You can mount it like that. This way you see the display from the front, you see what's going on and whatnot, and you can actually, you know, bend the wire backwards and you know, see it that way. You see this, and you can see all the controls and everything. So that's how that mounts to your camera. Now let me put the camera aside and explain all the connections, all the buttons and all the functionalities on this. Okay, so let's get familiarized with this, and then we go with the receivers, with the transmitters. This is the receiver. The receiver has 2 ways. There are 2 ways on the receiver to basically control the settings and whatnot. One way is with this knob. You turn the knob like this. You choose the language, and whichever language you like, you press that button, and that language will be chosen. That's one way. The second way is on the screen. You could slide your, you know, one second. Okay, by the way, when you press everything, it says screen is locked. You have to unlock it. It says press button to unlock. They're talking about this button. So you have to press it, press the power button once. Okay, now it's unlocked. See, now it moves around. Okay, so now we choose the language, English. Now we go to the right, choose, you could do it with the screen, or you could do it with a knob, but knob is much easier. So I recommend doing it with a knob. Like you could, you know, change the ear like that instead of doing it with your finger on the screen. It's a smaller screen, so it's not that convenient. It's not that easy to do it on the screen. So yeah, so let's do that, and let's set the date right now. So it's February 6th. Today is February 6th, so I'm going to change that. That's good. So now I'm going to 2024 February 6th, which is good. Okay. Now the time. The time right now, it's 1:56. Let's see, 1:56 p.m. 1 is 13, so 1, when it says 13, it means 1. Okay, time is set. Since the microphones are off right now, this shows no signal, but what I'm gonna do is turn the microphones on. And let's see, let's turn the microphones on. By the way, if the microphones go out of sync, they have to be synced. And if they go out of sync, what you need to do is you put all of them back in the case, and this will sync it automatically. That's one way of syncing them together. The other way, of course, is to press and hold the link button on here, which I'm gonna go about. I will talk about that later when I get to the transmission part. Right now I'm in the receiver port. So notice there is only one bar here, not two bar, because only one microphone is on. So now what I'm going to do, let me zoom out a little bit so you can see. Now I'm going to turn on the second one. So now look, I have two bars, one for each microphone. So this one is for this and this one is for that. Well, that depends which one is A and which one is B, or how you program it. You could even program this so to record in stereo, and this will be right channel, this will be left channel. You could even do that. There are all kinds of features. But let me talk about the receiver now, then I'll get to the microphones later. So I'll set the microphones aside and let's talk about the receiver. In order to control the receiver, you have to swipe down, and once you swipe down you get all kinds of controls. This is receiver settings, and if you go to the left you have transmitter settings. You go here, you have general settings. So let's go to the receiver settings and hit enter. You can tap or you can press this, and now you have mono. Mono means both channels record the same audio, no difference between right and left channel. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see better here. There. So there's no difference between right and left channel. That is called mono. Now, what are the options? If you choose mono, let me press mono, you have mono or left and right. So this is your two options, mono or left and right. If you choose mono with safety track, this is, let me explain, this is very important. If you choose mono, you see that little yellow thing with S in the middle? That's called safety track. So what that does is it records a few decibels lower in case your audio peaks. For example, if someone talks too loud and their voice keeps peaking and maxes out and makes the bar to the red, you know, the audio bar goes to the red, then you have a safety track with a lower volume, which you can adjust later post-production. So that's what that S is. So if you don't want that, you press it just once. If you want this, now you have right and left. If you press this, now you have left and right. So what does that mean? That means if you are recording in stereo, let me put these signs, line them up, and you, right now this is the left, this is the right, left, right. If you press this, now this is the right, this is the left. So basically it changes right and left between these two if you're recording in stereo. That's the wireless recording in stereo. So what right now, this is stereo, that's why the S is there, because you have right and left. But now I'm gonna click here and go back to mono. I recommend mono for audio. If someone is speaking, mono is much better. But if you're recording live music, then it's up to you. You can choose stereo. If you're doing mono with safety track, then you need to choose like this one, mono with safety track. Then you need to use both microphones, because one channel will be lower level, the other channel will be higher level. So actually, let me correct that. So basically, the right and left tracks that are being recorded, one will be lower, the other one will be normal in case it peaks, so you have the safety track. That's what that means. Okay, so that's that. Now let's go back and let me correct that with only mono. Yeah, just want mono. And now we go here. Let me use this instead. And now we have recommended camera settings. Now camera settings means which camera you are connecting the cable to. That's what the camera settings, like when you plug in this cable in order to transfer the sound to the camera, that's what the camera setting means. So if you choose brand is none, if you choose none, then you will be controlling the output level. If you choose the brand, let's say if we choose mine is a Canon. If I choose Canon and then I choose which Canons, Canon 5D Mark IV and what have you, so whichever one you want to choose, these are different Canons. So my Canon is a camcorder. Because it's a camcorder, it's not even in the list. So yeah, since it's not in the list, it's a camcorder, I will simply choose none. But that doesn't mean you don't have to. All it does, it simply controls the audio level based on the requirement of the camera. Each camera's input, let me show you this. Each camera's input to the microphone input has a different sound level requirement. Some require a little like line in level, some require less, some require more. Based on that, you adjust the output from here so that the camera doesn't peak, doesn't get more audio than it needs. But however, you need to adjust the controls of the camera accordingly to make sure it doesn't peak. So don't rely just on the little receiver. You have to make sure the camera settings are also correct so it doesn't peak. Okay, so that's what that is. The camera brand, choose none, just to be on the safe side, and then you can control the sound level yourself. All right. Now, once you want to exit out of menu levels, like in this menu, if you want to exit out, you slide up like that. Now let's go to the next one, receiver gain. This is very important. The receiver gain, it's currently at 0 decibels, but you can always increase it or decrease it. This is the exact thing that I was talking about the camera. Depending on the camera, you have to adjust it. If you put plus, it will be louder. If you go minus, it will be lower. So if your audio is peeking out on your camera display and you're seeing that the two bars that are moving back and forth is hitting red or hitting orange, then you can play around and reduce the volume here. This is very important in order to maintain a good sound quality. Okay, so let's go back up and leave it at the screen. The touch screen sliding is not so great. Like you just noticed, I had to do it 3 times to get it to work. It's not so great. So it's not like an iPhone. So keep that in mind. And now the volume. This volume is for the headphone that you plug in here to here, like live monitoring. So how much audio level you want to go to the headphone, that's what that is for. So if I want to change that, I press this, and then I have 0 decibel, negative decibel. Importance of having a headphone here is very important because you could monitor live if you're peaking, if your voice is peaking, or if the person is speaking too loud. Whatever the story is, you can monitor it live. It's a good idea to have a headset in your ears when you're doing that. So that's that. Let's get rid of that screen and go here. Now this one is powers your camera on and off if you want that to do that. When you turn on the little unit to turn the camera on and off, but that is supported by some cameras. Not all cameras support that. Not all cameras can be turned on and off from the mic cable. So that's why this is something that you need to take in consideration. If your camera has, then you could click on it here and you could turn it on. If you turn it on, it controls your camera's power. If you turn it off, it does not control the power. Now this is auto power off. Do you want to automatically power off? If you say on, if you say yes, then it will automatically power off if the transmitters are not transmitting signal after a certain amount of time. But I don't want that auto power off. I'm gonna leave that off. Okay. Now this is link. You can link a device by pressing this. By pressing this, you can link a device at the same time. You have to press this to link it. This button right here, you have to press it to link it. But you don't even have to do that, because all you have to do is you put everything inside the case. You put your microphones here and here. You put your bass here, and they will sync together immediately. So you don't even necessarily have to do that. But in case you have to, if you don't have this case, for example, you go somewhere and you don't have the case, then this is how you link these together. All right, so that's all the settings we have in this section. All the settings that we have in this section. We go up. Now we go to the right, and this is the transmitter settings. These are all the settings that will affect the wireless transmitter. So you click on that. Low cut. Low cut is such an amazing thing. I love low cut. With this low cut, you can get rid of tons of unwanted noises that you normally get in a normal environment. For example, if you are outdoors, you have no idea how much low frequency noise is out there in nature. It's like unreal, unbelievable. If an airplane passes by, if wind hits the mic, if there's thunderstorm, if there is there's so much low noise, humming noise, that low cut comes in handy. So I recommend low cut, to turn on low cut. It's currently on. I recommend to keep it on. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Transmitter gain. The transmitter gain is the same as the receiver, but this is transmitter 1, transmitter 2, TX1, TX2. So each one of those represent each one of these, 1 and 2, like this. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see all the three together. So this controls the transmitter gain of one of them, and this one controls of the other one. Now which is which you can assign. You can assign which one you want to be first and second. So if I want to increase the gain, I go here and here, go back, increase the gain, I click here and here, go back, or I could click it with this and go with a thing. Choose this and go back and forth and choose like that. I could do that too. Now let's go to the next one. What is the next one? Okay, the next one is 32-bit float recording. This is the recording. If you enable the 32-bit float recording, it will record on the internal memory with a wider range for you to play with in post-production. So if you enable 32-bit float recording, your internal memory on the microphone will fill up, but it will give you a backup copy with much wider dynamic range to play with when you're doing the post-production. So that's a good thing, but it has its drawback, is that your memory will be filled up quickly. So that's one thing you can, it's up to you to decide. So record, stop, lock. So record, stop, lock is, if you want to enable this, if you turn this on, nobody can accidentally hit this and stop the recording, because this button right here is used to record on the internal memory of this. And if you gave this to somebody that you're doing an interview with, and the person being interviewed accidentally bumps this, they can turn off the recording. But if you click this, you take that control away from them. If you click this, so if the person you're interviewing is accidentally pressing this, they will still not. Basically, this button will be disabled if you press this on. Okay, that's simple as that. All right, so let's go back. Auto record. Auto record is not a good idea, because it will fill up your memory very quickly. But what this means, that if you enable auto record, if I enable it, as soon as you take it out of the case, as soon as you lift it out of the case, it will start recording. The units will start recording. So that's why I don't want to do that. So, and this is storage. This is the storage for each unit. I have 15 hours worth of recording on one, and 15 hours worth of recording on the other. Both of them have 15 hours worth of recording, because I haven't done any recording yet, so they are empty. And then this one is vibration notification. This will give you notification with vibration, just like a pager, like vibration. You want it on or off, it's good to have it on. LED indicator. If you want the LED indicator to be on, you could turn it on. If you want it to be off, you could turn it off. So there is an LED on this that shows it's recording or not. And if that LED is providing, if you want to shoot in a way that you don't want to reveal that LED, and that's where you turn it off. Otherwise, you turn it on. So that's the LED indicator, and you press, and you have on and off option. Currently, the LED is on. So that's what that is currently. The LED is on. So that was the the transmitter setting. Okay, so low cut is on. Now we go to general setting. This is the general setting. You have brightness. If you press, you have, brightness control back and forth. Okay, that's a no-brainer. Then you have language. If you press, then you have language, different languages. In the beginning I had to choose the language anyways. This is the date and time. If you press, you could adjust, but I already did that. And this right here is factory reset. If you change something, you want to take it back to the factory reset, factory original settings, this is your animal. This is where you click. And this is information about this unit. This is the license agreement and all that. So those are all the settings on this unit. Okay, those are all the settings of this unit. Now, let me exit this. Now for each one of these, when an active recording is going on, for each one of these there are additional settings. For example, if I click here, so I see the red LED there, the transmitter is recording. So I press the TX1 record, and it's now not recording because the LED is off. So notice I'm going to press it again. As I press it, the LED goes red, it's recording. So every time the LED is red, it's recording. If it's not red, it's not recording. That's internal recording on that transmitter. This is the noise cancelling right here. When you press it, it turns yellow. The noise cancelling engages, or it's on. When you press it again and there's a line on it, that means the noise cancelling is off. So it's a good idea to leave it on, unless you want the background noise. Now I'm going to show you how each transmitter is recording. So if I want the left transmitter to record, I press the record and look at the red LED on the left one, and look at the frame around it. The red frame around the volume shows that it's recording. Now both of them have the red frame around the volume, which means both are recording. And this right here on the top is the output signal to the camera. What volume you want it to be. Currently it's manual. You could do plus decibel and minus decibels if you want to. Now if I want to swipe up again and turn off the recording, notice the LED turned off. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the recording on both transmitters, and I'm going to set aside the receiver and talk about the transmitters. So now both are on. By the way, this is the mute in the middle. If you press it, it will mute each transmitter independently. And if you unmute it, there should be no line, then it's unmute. And if there is a line, it's muted. That goes with each unit independently. All right, okay, so let's talk about the two transmitters. So I'm going to put this receiver aside, and let's talk about the transmitter. The transmitter is pretty self-explanatory. It has buttons and an earphone jack. That is the link button that includes linking with Bluetooth. That's the record button. You press it once, it starts recording. Okay, so now we will talk about the receiver. This is the link button. If you want to link it to the receiver, you press this and make sure you press the links option in the menu. This is the power button, but it's more than just the power. I will explain later. This is the record button, but it's also more than just a record. Now what are these buttons do in addition to that? First, the record. If you press the record once, it records. Right now it's recording. Now if you press the power once, now the green change it to a little oranges, because now it's doing noise cancellation in recording. So noise cancellation in recording. And if you notice right here, let me bring this close so you could see. When I press this again for noise cancelling, notice the noise cancelling icon right here appears. This is the noise cancelling icon. It appears right there. So I press this again. The noise cancelling icon went away because now it's not doing noise cancelling anymore. Now over here, same thing with this one. So let's say I want to do noise record first. I'm going to record, right? So it's red. See that the frame turned red because it's recording. When I say recording, it's recording internally. Okay? It's not recording on the receiver on your camera. Recording internally. Now I'm going to do noise cancelling on this one. And watch how this appeared This appeared, not disappeared. This appeared right here, indicating noise cancelling. I press it again, noise cancelling went away. Now if I want to sync this to Bluetooth, to my like a smartphone, to like an iPhone, you press and hold the record, and then the Bluetooth will blink. Right here will blink blue, and that's when you let me press it and show you. Let me turn off the record. I turned off the recording. Let me turn off the recording from this one too. So both recordings are turned off. So now let me show you how to connect this to your phone via Bluetooth. Let me do this in front of you. I did that. So first, in order to notice when I speak, my voice is going here. Let me turn this one also on so you could see both. Okay, so see, both mics are going to the receiver. When you turn on Bluetooth, the mic sound will go to the phone. It's not going to go to the receiver. So now that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn it off, unlink it from here using Bluetooth so it goes to the phone. I'm pressing and holding down this one. Notice this is a green light right here. Notice as I'm pressing and holding down the record, it changes to blue. Now it changed to blue, and it disappeared from here. You only have one mic, not two. Now you have to press and hold the link for it to appear in your Bluetooth. So in order for it to appear in your Bluetooth, you have to press and hold the link. So now I'm pressing and holding down the link, and now that there it is, DJI Mic 2. I click on it, and voila, it's now listed in a Bluetooth device, and DJI Mic 2 is connected, and it's no longer communicating here. It's communicating with my phone. So this is the thing that you need to realize, that having Bluetooth is great, but it will disconnect it from the base. So I'm going to turn off the Bluetooth by pressing this again, and it's off. And now notice both mics are connected to the base again because I turned off the Bluetooth. So basically I covered everything, and this is how you charge the mics directly with a cable if you don't want to do it with a base. Like if you go somewhere and you don't have the base, you plug it in here and you charge it with a cable. Same goes with a receiver. If you don't have, you can plug it in here and charge the receiver with a USB port if you don't have the base. Now, if you want to plug it in directly to your iPhone or Android device, this is where you do it. You unplug this, unslide this, and this is your USB-C, which you plug in this way, and it goes to newer iPhones or Androids. And this is your lightning cable, which is for your older iPhones and basically older iPads and iPhones. They have the lightning cable, and this is where it connects to the base in order to get charged and get synced with the other devices. So that's that. So don't lose these things. The case is magnetic, so it actually holds on to it. It doesn't like let it go easily. The case is pretty well designed. There. And put this one back when you're not using it, because to protect it. Let's put this here, and we put this guy here, and this guy here. By the way, when you put them on the base, they automatically power off and start charging. And right now, it's charging. The base is, let's see, it has two battery lights, so it should be charging. So basically, that's nearly everything you need to know. I'm sure there's more details that I could go into, but I wanted to make this video no more than 30 minutes long. I already went over my time. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, write it in the comments. Thank you.